What is up, Retromaniacs? My name is Mike, his name is Joe, his name is EP, and we're here to talk about cards. In an ongoing attempt to overthrow my hosting of this show, Joe Day came up with another idea for a show this week. So your host this week, none other than Joe Day. Take it away, Joe.
2 in a row, baby. 2 in a row. All right. So, we source things from Twitter for some of these shows, on a semi-regular basis. Oh, did Mike get the X in there too?
No, he
Did
didn't.
the X? Oh, Mike, come on.
My brain's
So
fried.
it's been a long day of recording. So this video, her name is Suze, and her Twitter handle is Yanks Chick, which I just figured out it's not Yan X Chick. EP, thank you for that. Yanks Chick. We'll put the info in the description below. But she had posted something. What take on the hobby has you feeling like this? And it's a picture of one guy screaming at a crowd of millions of people saying you're wrong. So I thought it'd be fun if we went through. I picked out 10 groups of things that people thought that they were maybe in the minority and kind of yelling at a large crowd about. Does that all make sense? Does that make sense to anyone else?
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
Fantastic. So the first one, we're gonna give this one to you, Mike. The person posted, and they feel they're in the minority here. Relic cards are stupid. That's all they posted. Do you agree with the minority, or are you one of the crowds with pitchforks coming after them?
Oh, I'm going after him.
Yeah.
Although, I feel like some of these are going to have some wiggle room. So, if he's talking about just the random patch stuff they throw in nowadays just to throw it in, I could agree. But I think it's too general of a statement. So I'm going to be coming at him with a pitchfork.
Okay. BP, what do you think? Is this guy right? Are relic cards stupid?
One quick aside: when Joe sent this to us, I immediately thought, "Oh my gosh, that's a Joe. That is Joe standing there screaming at the crowd." So this is totally fit with you, 100%. I was like, "Oh my god, that's Joe." So anyhow, I'm with Mike. I'm in the majority. I've got a pitchfork in my hand right now. I'll take even a step further than that, though. I would rather. I mean, what do we want? Do we want just all base cards and all inserts? I don't care if it's a napkin jersey. Give me a couple of those. Obviously I'd prefer the better ones, but why don't we have a cool variety of stuff? Obviously it's not going to have a bunch of value, but it's still better than pulling another base card or another base card or another base card or another base card or another insert that they insert. They put 3 of these inserts in every pack. What do we need more of those? Give us more variety. More variety is better in my opinion.
So for me, relic cards are stupid. I actually have one right behind me, so I don't agree with it in general. I will say, define relic. Is it an actual relic or is it like this? Relic has a connotation for me that it's real, that it's part of actually a player jersey that he wore. Or
I think in our hobby, it's actually flip-flopped, though.
But now it's flip-flopped. Yeah, I think
really
you're right.
more not real.
Yeah,
it's game used if it's real and relic.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, that's a good point. All right, for the second one, EP, this is what the individual, this is what he is saying to the crowd. 90% of collectors started in 2020 and shouldn't be called collectors.
That's a hot take. I disagree 100% with that. I think most of the people that I've seen on YouTube, at least, maybe not most, but a lot of them were collectors in the past and got back into it in 2020. So I feel like that's more of I think the majority of our population as hobbyists we are people who have been collecting a long time, or we collected in the past and now we're collecting again. It's rough.
Mike?
I don't have a problem with it. I have a problem with the percentage. I don't think it's 90, but I think there are a lot of people that's spot on about. So, yeah, there are a lot of people that aren't, but I think EP, we surround ourselves with the people that are like us, that are collectors. And I think we're maybe in a little bubble when there are a lot of people that are in the hobby that We're just here to try to invest and make money. And those people are still around, and they're still dabbling with the grading and the ripping wax and stuff like that. And, trying to beat you to Walmart to get the Prism football when it comes out. So I don't think they're wrong. I just think they might have overshot the percentage a little bit.
A little?
Mike's correct. Wait, is that not the segment? No, I do agree with Mike though. The percentage is wrong. I agree with the last part of this. Those people who got in 2020 and are doing it just as a way to make money should not be called collectors. I completely agree with that portion of it, but the percentage is probably quite a bit off. Number 3, to Mike first. Cards should not be in plastic, including pages, top loaders, penny sleeves, or slabs. I've literally seen it damage cards from contact. Cards I put in pages myself back before I knew any better. No plastic, baby.
Who is this psychopath? Sorry, I know it's Mike's, but who's this psychopath?
Well, we'll get to you in a second, EP. Mike, who's this psychopath? Right. What do you think?
Huh? Okay, so what do you want to wrap it up in toilet paper? Like, what is your alternative? Like, you can't say that without an alternative.
Right.
Like,
what are you doing?
Come on. I have sent enough cards into PSA that I've gotten 10s on that have been put in plastic that I think maybe your anecdotal evidence about how having cards that have been scratched, maybe it's you. Maybe you're the problem. I feel like there could be empirical evidence here to show that, you know what, it's you. Just look at 2019 Prism basketball and all the PSA 10s out of that. They were all put in plastic. If you're getting scratched up cards from plastic, you're the problem. What in the?
Yeah, that one threw me. That one threw me for a loop. EP, your thoughts?
I feel like obviously this person doesn't have, like there's no other alternative, and like we've been doing this for, it feels like, I was gonna say thousands of years, which is not accurate, but I mean thousands and thousands and thousands of cards we've been doing this, all 3 of us, and there's never really been an issue with it, right? Like it's not, that is not an issue. No. And so that's not another solution. I just don't understand. Like, this seems like if somebody was trying to make a hot take that didn't make any sense, that was unreasonable. This is definitely.
We found our winner.
Yep,
this is our winner.
We found the winner. I think we.
Yeah. All right, EP, we're going to start with you. So I'm going to read 2 things because I found this quite a few times in this thread. People think they're in the minority, and then the reverse view of that person also thinks they're in the minority. And I'm like, all right, one of you can't. One of you has to be the majority view. So person 1 said, the people who say, can you believe people are paying X amount for cards of this minor league baseball player when you can get future Hall of Famers for less, don't understand the card market. Okay, that's what one person said. Kind of the reverse of that, someone went in and said, rookie cards should never cost as much as GOAT cards, period. No clue how rookie cards are selling for $30K plus. So one person thinks they're in the minority, basically saying Hall of Famers shouldn't be worth as much as rookies. The other person thinks they're in minorities, thinking that rookies shouldn't be worth as much as Hall of Famers, or vice versa. I don't know. Like, who's right here, EP? This is confusing to me. How can they both be in the minority?
Listen, I got asked the second person. Well, I mean, the GOAT rookie cards of the players are also rookie cards. Like the rookie cards of GOATs, the rookie cards of Tom Brady are also they're also rookie cards. They're the ones
I think they might mean like current rookies.
Current rookies.
Current rookies.
Okay.
Rookie
cards should never cost as much as GOAT cards, period, is what the second person is saying.
I think cards should sell for whatever they want to. People want to buy them for. Like, I'm not going to tell somebody how to do the hobby their own way. I would personally, I prefer the GOAT cards, but the reason we all got into this hobby, the reason we all love this hobby is that we were watching Ken Griffey Jr. and we were wanting to collect his cards as they were coming out. We wanted to collect Perry Sanders as he was doing awesome stuff on the field. So if Josh Allen does awesome stuff on the field and they feel it and they have this ridiculous amount of money to pay for it and they want to pay for it, I'm not going to tell them not to do that. So I guess I am against the both of them. Maybe the second one. I'm still trying to wrap my head around that second one. I'm let people collect the way they want to collect, I guess.
Mike,
I understand the premise that it doesn't make any sense that current rookies sell for way more than a GOAT card. Totally understand it. But that has always kind of been a thing in the hobby. Like, raise your hand if you've never bought a card thinking that it might go up in value. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Nobody's raising their hand because everybody has done that. That has always, why were Beckett magazines something that we had to carry around with us back in the day?
Yeah.
It's nothing new. It's on a different level. Yeah. But like, people, like, some of the people enjoy the potential of getting in early. And, you know, it's not just cards. Like, you have people buying stocks of all kinds of like weird little companies. A lot of people do that. It's human nature. You want to get in on something and maybe being able to profit from it. I don't think doing that makes you not a collector or anything. Like, it's just part of the hobby and always will be. So it doesn't make sense, but it makes sense because that's what people like to do.
Yeah, I completely agree with that take, Mike, and especially to your point where the prices of cards nowadays have really just put a magnifying glass on something that's been occurring for decades, right? It's because the values are $30,000+ for a Justin Herbert RPA or whatever. Like, that makes it different than, oh, can you believe this Marshall Faulk rookie is $5 and this Steve Young card is only worth $1? Like, there's a big difference in how the prices have worked this into it. All right, Mike, this one's for you, and this is actually kind of perfect considering what one of your hobby confessions were recently. This is the minority view. I personally prefer SGC to PSA slabs any day of the week, capitals, and will pay bid accordingly. They just look better. So the generally accepted idea throughout the hobby that putting a card into a PSA holder will increase the sales price has me shaking my head. Mike, you have gone on record saying you actually hate SGC slabs, the actual physical slabs. This guy definitely is in the minority, but what do you think about that view?
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. There is a lid for every pot. Who am I to judge what somebody else's perception of beauty is? I'm not going to do that. Yes, maybe I find them hideous and ugly and really don't like them and they're kind of cheap. But if he finds enjoyment and is attracted to that, who am I to say no? You know, like, everybody lives the life the way they want to. You know, I am not going to criticize him for having that viewpoint.
Everyone watching this video is like, why did just react like that? I'm not even going to say why. EP, what are your thoughts on this?
I really like PSA slabs. I think they're really the PSA package, PSA slabs resale value is really nice. I think the SGC package overall is a better package, a better deal. I like the way they look. I like the cards look. I like the label better on the SGC slabs, and I think the plastic, which is I think Mike's biggest point, is the plastic isn't quite as nice as a PSA slab or even SGC or I'm sorry, CGC. I can't remember the other ones.
CGC.
Have a Joe moment.
I did.
Really?
I did.
CGC
but no,
now. Yeah.
Yeah. SGC is my choice for the overall package. So I agree with this person. And I'm glad to hear that people are, that at least one person, probably the only person is willing to pay like PSA level prices for SGC cards.
I won't say it.
All right.
Nope. Do it.
All right. EP, this one's specifically for you.
Okay.
And I'm very nervous about what's going to happen when I read this out loud.
Oh, no.
Okay, great.
Flagship is so boring. Give me Panini Baseball. Printing, and here's a sub one. Printing to the moon Topps baseball cards grow the hobby. They're saying that's stupid. They are saying that. So EP, specifically to you, Flagship is so boring. Give me Panini Baseball. Mike, your thoughts?
Totally in agreement with that. Yeah.
No, get out of here. Like Panini doesn't put their stuff to the moon. Get out of here. And flagship looks way better than anything Panini, any like flagship type stuff Panini's produced ever. Topps has always looks better than the Panini low end stuff. Has always looked better. This person, they're smoking something when they wrote this tweet.
Nice.
That's it.
Mike, do you have any comment on this? I feel it was just
I think EP covered it all. Yeah.
yeah.
I resisted an urge to drop an F-bomb. I really did.
Oh my god.
Good thoughts, Joe. Yeah.
That's for the podcast. That's not for the
Yeah.
Wednesday show. We don't drop F-bombs on the Wednesday show. All right. Mike, sticker autos are fine. People make them a bigger deal than they are. Sticker autos are fine outside of super high-end cards. And then someone chimed in, there are too many other crafts. So I guess they're yelling at the crowd. Sticker autos are fine, everyone. Calm down. Sticker autos are fine. What are your thoughts?
They are. They're not. They're not the evil that some people try to make them out to be. Yeah, I would prefer an on-card autograph, but like the logistics of them doing it, clearly they can't do it. They choose not to do it for whatever reason. I would prefer on-card, but like I don't think I've gotten to a point where I was like, oh, well, I want that Paul Heyman autograph, sticker autograph. I'm not going to get it. So, you take what's out there, and it might not be the ideal thing, but like, people sometimes drive around in a car that wouldn't be their ideal car to own, but it's what they have. So be happy with what you have.
EP?
Mr. Positive.
You are Mr. Positive.
I agree 100% with Mike. Ideal was the word I was thinking of. Ideally, you want to have it on the card, but I'm not going to look at a sticker auto and say I don't want this card.
And beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Right.
We've clearly learned that.
Wrong, both of you.
Don't think so. Gavels work.
That is how they work. Damn it. And you're both wrong. Sticker autos are an abomination to this hobby. All right. All right, EP, this one is to you. We have 3 left. Grading is stupid, especially for modern cards, and it's just a scam to get more of your money. A PSA 7, 8, 9, and a PSA 10 are the same card, as is any card that doesn't have an obvious damage, creases, rips, holes, etc. And then someone said, raw cards are better than graded. I'd rather spend the money on more PC cards. So this is the idea here is grading is stupid, EP. Are you in the minority who thinks grading is stupid, or are you the crowd with the pitchforks?
No, crowd with pitchforks. Like, I mean, people can hobby however they want, but getting a third party, a third party person to look at a card and say, this is a better card than the other ones that we have, and put that in a slab and on a label, that is important. And to a lot of people, it's important to me. And I feel like if you really get down to it, there's pretty much everything in this hobby is a scam. People are at a card show trying to sell you stuff. Like if you want to look at it with that kind of a lens, there's so many scams in this hobby. But to have a third party person look at a card and say this is a great card, I really think it's an important part of the hobby, in my opinion.
EP is 100% wrong. Grading on new stuff is dumb. It is just dumb. Come on. What kind of a difference are you going to tell me there is? We've already talked about the fact that, you have over half the cards coming back a 10. So really, what's the point? Who cares what that third party person who was hired 3 months ago that's looking at your card and telling you the condition that it's in? Come on. On new stuff, it's dumb. I think grading has its place. Older stuff that is actually condition sensitive, stuff that needs authenticated, but new stuff, come on. It is a scam that everybody thinks, I got to take this stack of new cards and take all these $5 cards and get a 10 on them so they're worth $40. Like, why? Why are they? Half of those $5 cards are 10s. So why should they be worth $40? They shouldn't. And at some point in the not too far future, they're not going to be. And people are going to be like, why in the hell did we send all this new stuff in? It's not worth anything.
I'll tell you what, the guy a few comments ago would not like all the plastic being used on these graded cards. I'll tell you what, losing his mind over that one. I agree with Mike on the new stuff. I get what EP's saying. I get what you're saying about like certain things should be graded, hobby however you want to, but new stuff just it seems silly to me. But
He's
that's
always worried about yucking other people's yums.
Yeah,
You
he
know?
is. He really is.
Mr. Nice Guy. Yeah.
Mike just stealing everyone's sayings left and right on this episode. But
Hey, beauty's
all right.
in the eye of the beholder.
Oh my god. All right, Mike. The hobby. This one is very appropriate considering you are knee deep in the middle of a stack sale right now. The
I'm up to
hobby
here.
should not.
Yes,
the,
way more than deeper than knee deep.
the hobby should not consume you, your life, or your time. Even if it's your business, you don't have to get on social media every hour of every day. Give yourself plenty of space and rest and replenish and relax elsewhere. Mike, as someone who has been on social media for about 12 hours a day the last week doing the stack sale, what are your thoughts on this take?
What is that guy smoking? Where
I
can
feel
I
like-
get some?
I feel like this guy's in therapy for spending too much time on the hobby, right?
Yeah.
Like that's
He
the
is,
response to
yeah.
somebody.
He's like seeing a therapist about it and now sharing it with everybody. And, you know, do it however the hell you want to do it. Some people get enjoyment out of that. You know, I sat doing my sale last night for 5 hours, and you know what? It's a lot of work, but it's not work. I sure as hell would rather be sitting there for 5 hours doing that and having fun interacting with people and selling cards than I would being outside like digging ditches or doing landscaping work or something like that's really work. Like I don't know. I'm not the kind of person that I would put in more time that it would like consume my life and like take away from other things. Like I budget where I'm going to put my time. I'm putting a lot of work into my sale now, and I'll do that. I'll sell the cards, I'll ship them out, and then I'll take a little time off. That's what I do. So like, I don't, it's just mumbo jumbo, whatever. I don't know, all rainbows and like puffy clouds and unicorns, whatever. I don't know. I'm not that kind of guy. But beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Each their own.
EP, any comment on that?
I just like we've talked about this. I don't think on the show, but like this year, I've when I listen to a lot of podcasts when I'm driving or when I'm working or taking my recycling or doing whatever kind of thing I'm doing. And this year, I have been like filtering out all the podcasts that aren't hobby related and listen to mostly hobby related podcasts. And I feel like it's not the hobby's not consuming me though. And I'm not, when I go to work, I'm not like just thinking about nothing but the hobby. So I feel like this is again somebody who is maybe dealing with something themselves and trying to talk about that. But I enjoy comping cars and I do enjoy listening to the hobby podcast, and in my free time I'm going to do that.
They're projecting issues they have onto everybody, and it's
that's
fair.
what I was going to say, Mike. I mean, I agree with the social media part. I don't think people should consume that much because it's probably not. But that's not just card related. I think that's just social media in general. I think that can be damaging. But if you enjoy looking at people posting cards on Twitter, what's this guy have a problem with it for? I don't know. All right, so the last one, EP, there's a couple in a row, but it basically breaks down. They're all breaking related. So you've got someone saying big breakers get loaded boxes. I don't think he's in the minority. I think he might be people who think that are probably more in the majority. Breaking is the primary driver behind driving wax prices up in the hobby. Breaking is hurting singles prices. All platforms should ban breaks or any form of breaks. Group breaks are mostly awful. I guess I'm just going to go with that one because it kind of all encompassing. Group breaks are mostly awful. And you can kind of throw in some of the other ones I talked about. But EP, this guy is saying he's in the minority, yelling at the crowd, saying group breaks are mostly awful. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I guess I'm going to get hit with the pitchforks and the torches on this one because I'm standing with that guy. Me and that guy standing there saying, listen, breaking is terrible. As much as I love to say hobby the way you want, I do believe breaking is a big reason why box prices are so high and why the hobby kind of is in the situation it's in. So I'm with the guy.
Concise. Look at that. Mike, your thoughts?
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I feel like, yeah, make it what you want to. Breaking is what it is. There are elements of it, like it does keep wax prices up because they can sell it off and people are gambling. It's a gambling addiction. So there are negatives that come with that. But at the end of the day, I'm not somebody that's walking around saying you shouldn't be able to play fantasy football. You should be able to bet on football games. So like, I'm not going to be the guy that says you shouldn't be able to break. I wish it was a little more regulated and people couldn't get ripped off by it and stuff, but it's going to be what it's going to be. And that's unfortunately our addictive nature as a society as a whole, that people want that kind of fix to get their gambling fix. So I don't know how I answered that, but there it is. I'm not sure which side I'm on. I don't even know what I said.
It's been a long day of recording. I'm probably closer to EP on this, group breaks being awful. But again, do the hobby as you want to do the hobby. The one thing I will disagree on is breaking is hurting singles prices. I actually think it's the opposite. I think we've talked about this where breaking gets more cards that otherwise wouldn't be out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that's 100% true, but everything else I kind of get where the minority opinion is coming from. I don't think they're even that minority of an opinion, to be honest. I think the person in their mind thought, oh, these are all like shocking minority views. I don't think any of them are. I think most of the people are like, no, we agree with this. So that's all I have. Let us know what you think. Let us know where you stand on some of these. And let us know if you're the one tilting at windmills and give us you don't know that expression either?
Are you picking these up now? Are you looking up obscure sayings to bring them up in the podcast?
I don't know what he means.
Maybe I am. But if you are someone that you feel has a minority opinion, put it down in the comments below. But I think the big takeaway we can get from this whole episode is, Mike,
beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
See you next week, boys.
See ya.
See ya.